So Matt Black is entirely the opposite to me, in the sense of when I get told to be somewhere at 8 o'clock, a lot of the time people will tell me to be there by 8 o'clock, but they expect it to actually start at 9 because they know I'm usually late. Matt, on the other hand, Matt, you're the opposite to that. You're a bit of an early man, aren't you? You kind of got here, like I said, come here for 8, thinking you'd be like me and probably be a little bit late, and then we'll get you set up. You'll be ready to go for 8:30. It turns out you got here at 7:30, actually 7:15, something like that.
Yesterday.
You were here last, yeah. But I feel really bad because I said, yeah, could you just wait in the car? And I'll come and get you. I'll come and get you when you're ready. So we did about 25 minutes on air. Then I went down to get you, and your car is covered in ice. And I was shouting, and I thought, oh no, what have I done? I haven't let him on the oh no, he's not waking up. Oh dear, if only I'd let him in.
Mate, I've got enough blubber around me to keep me warm through the Arctic winters.
So when I've been promoting your show today, so many people wanted to actually come and sit in on the studio that it got to the point that I eventually just went, actually, do you know what? No one's coming in. We're going to keep it really, really intimate instead.
It's safer.
But, yeah, and as you can tell, it's not that big in here, but we could have fitted in, I think we could have fitted in about 4 or 5, maybe 4 or 5.
My size 2.
What's that? Oh, I might as well.
My size 2.
Come close to the mic when you.
It's my size 2 people. But normal size people 4 or 5. Yeah.
Well, we're about the same size, aren't we?
No, crikey, no.
Well, well.
You do running.
I've been running. I did 5 miles today on that beach. I did 5 miles, yeah, and it was very, very nice until it got dark. When it gets dark, it gets really cold. That's when the cold is really kicking you in the face. Listen, I'm going to play this tune. I've only heard it for the first time today.
Wow. And
I'm sure the lyric, just the title says most of it, but it's your song "Never Look Back."
Oh, well, I hope you like it. It's a bit odd. It's different to my piano music. It's one of the first songs I wrote, though.
Really? I really like it. It's got a little bit of 80s kind of... It's got a bit of who would Kraftwerk.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of
like that, yeah, 1980s, that is, listeners.
Yeah, 1980s. Yeah, most of them were around in the 80s, my listeners. Yeah. Anyway, let's play it. This is Never Look Back, Matt Black. Mac Black Piano Man, if you want to find it. Very important. See what I mean? It's got that 80s movie vibe about it, doesn't it? Where it's getting a bit dark.
I'm going to
Do you know what it reminds me of a little bit?
Go on.
Amadeus. Rock me. The rap sounds quite similar.
I can hear you really loudly. I can't hear
You
me.
can hear. Oh, how's that? Can you hear yourself?
now? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay, there you go. That's why we're doing it live. When it's live, this happens, doesn't it? So it doesn't matter. You do a radio show as well, don't you?
Yeah, I look great on the radio.
Do you? Yeah, I get told the same thing. Well, listen, just quickly about that song. I mean, you told me a really nice story there. Where did it come from?
Well, about 20 years ago, roughly, I was living in Petersfield with an ex-girlfriend of mine called Nikki, who's an amazing person. And I had a retriever dog called Harry, and she died recently. And it's all very sad, but I've had dogs all my life, so I'm very pragmatic about that sort of thing. But she was old, and it was, it's her time, as it were. But anyway, that night, I had a dream, and I dreamt that I was sat at the edge of the bed, and there's something like a stone dinosaur egg, like 3 foot across, was between my knees, just like I was sat there looking at it.
Yeah.
And it slowly turned into Harry sat with her back to me, which, if anyone's got dogs, she used to do that all the time. If they trust you, they sit with their back to you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But anyway, I was thinking, oh, that's nice. But that tune, the chorus for that, what you just heard, was in my head. Exactly everything that you just heard, the sounds, the drums, everything.
Yeah.
And I thought, where's that from? But anyway, I rushed downstairs in the studio and recorded that track at like 4 o'clock in the morning because I know I would forget it, But that's where it came from. And that's Nikki. I asked her to do the vocals. Just, can you sing? She said, I can't sing. So I said, just please do that line. And she's the one in the record as well.
So it's that old, is it? I thought it was something he did in the last couple of years. I really like it, but it's a proper earworm because it was in my head all day. I only because with the post I kind of tagged it in.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I never heard that. And then when I was running, I was just hearing it over and over again. It's one of those.
You're one of the 4 people on Spotify that's listened to it.
I've got a few of those that you've released for me, haven't I? my political ones from last year that then changed to another political one this year. But anyway,
change the cover.
Change it from yellow to red, and next year we'll go blue, and then the week and then green. I remember you said to me, "Why don't you just do them all just in case?"
Do the whole rainbow thing. Put them together, then you got a new group of followers as well.
Definitely. Right, so I'm going to get serious here. What was your first ever tune that you bought?
I bought was it's Uptown Uptempo Woman by Randy Edelman.
And how old were you?
I was about 16 or 17, maybe a little bit younger than that. It reminded me of someone who was like a posh girlfriend.
Okay.
And this story, if anyone knows it, is about a guy who's he's the downtown man, and she's the uptempo woman. And it is all about the relationship they have is fantastic at the beginning, and he realizes that he's dragging her behind, so he leaves her. And it's all sad, but it's a beautiful thing. And the guy plays it on the piano. It's a fantastic piano part as well. But it's a brilliant.
Were you playing and gigging at this point?
No. It's we always had the piano in the house. I've always since I was 3. I remember.
Did you teach yourself, or did you have lessons?
Yeah, I call it the Stevie Wonder method because he can't read music either. But a lot of people, Paul McCartney doesn't read music.
No, Elton John doesn't read music, does he? I don't think so.
Never asked him. It wasn't the first thing I felt.
I don't think he can, though. I think you're right, though. I don't think Lennon could.
You don't need to. It's a language. It's like saying to someone, if they can speak French, did they learn it by words or did they learn it by being in the...
Well, you know what's so funny? I speak fluent German.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that great at German at school because I would have to explain why it was that. And I didn't know. I just knew. Does that make sense? I couldn't explain to the teacher who couldn't speak German why it was das, the whatever, where it was there. And I just couldn't. I just kind of heard it and knew it. Yeah. But I still got an A. But that was the only one that and cookery.
That's a bratwurst sort of thing.
And a little bit of sauerkraut to go with it. Excellent, yes.
There's a whole generation of kids in this country that can't speak English very well either.
One language, guys. One. You've got... No, you're right. I do think a lot of times, I think, is it wrong for me to think my mother learned English when she was 20 and she does speak it better than a lot of English people? Is that
the proper way, isn't it? When you're brought up, you have your own dialect. you know, and especially down in the West Country or the Southwest Country where we are, there's dialects all over the place. So, yeah, it's very important to people. They all have their own way. You go to Spain, you go to Scotland, they've all got their own accents.
Yeah.
But this is theirs, and I don't understand it.
Well, I think it's what makes England very weird, but also very amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't it? It's like most of my friends that are American just cannot figure that out, how there are all these, I mean, on this small place called Great Britain, so many...
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Right? If they went from Plymouth and landed in Plymouth, right, which is lucky, why don't they sound the same as us?
Well, they do say... Is there a joke in there?
No, I think the answer is we sounded like that before BBC English came along, and now English has transformed into that.
No, I agree with you. No, actually, that's where I was just about to go, because there was a vote in the 1800s in Boston, wasn't there, where what was going to be the national language of America, and 48% of it was German, and then the 52%, so just by 4%, was English, and that was Boston. So I think the Bostonian accent is actually the closest thing to what Shakespeare would have sounded like, which is interesting.
That is interesting. I like that. I like all that stuff. I really do.
Yeah.
But also, our language is not. You know, there's 50% French and 40% whatever, isn't it? It's not all from this country. It's European, really.
Yeah, I don't. Yes, let's get back to that song.
I think it's in English. It'll help everybody.
Who is this guy, Randy Edelman? I've never heard of him.
He's very much like Dean Friedman and Billy Joel type person.
Okay.
A New York singer. I think you'll love it. It's a very emotional song. I love this song, and it's the first one I ever bought.
Okay, here we go. Uptown, Uptempo, Woman, Randy Edelman.
Started out in innocence, the way that most things do. 1,000 people crammed in one place, but the only face was you. I grabbed your hand and we raced out, hardly said a word. I'd only seen you for a minute, and I was rounding third. And we traded on our backgrounds. You mentioned I seemed shy, then you laughed and said I'm an uptown, up-tempo woman. You're a downtown, downbeat guy. Within a week I moved in our uptown eastside place. We'd make love for hours on a bed of silk and lace. She would get up early, come home late at night. She had important business, but my prospects all were slight. Tired on some evenings, she'd get mad and cry. I'm an uptown, up-tempo woman. You're a downtown, downbeat guy. Romance soon was over, lust was turning thin, and I soon began to realize the mess I'd gotten in. But as always happens, when you're caught in such a trap, you get so used to what's around that you can't find your way back. So I lived with this arrangement, and soon learned to despise the uptown, up-tempo woman and the downtown, downbeat guy. Then one Saturday in March, I decided I would go, 'cause I was getting nowhere and my mind was getting slow. So I opened all the closets, wasn't much to pack. I felt bad not telling her, but I wasn't coming back. This day she was early, and she looked at me and asked why. I said, why? You're an uptown, up-tempo woman, and I'm a downtown, downbeat guy. You're an uptown, up-tempo woman, I'm a downtown, downbeat guy.
Randy Edelman, Uptown, Up-Tempo Woman. Matt, that's very you, isn't it?
I'm a very emotional person underneath, but I love that track. I absolutely love it.
But it was funny at the very, very beginning because you said that because you got your piano in front of you. And then it was like you did it on, you said, oh yeah, this is really emotional. And then you hit the wrong key. And I thought I was listening to that. And I was going, what? That didn't sound that emotional.
The Les Dawson mix.
I know. I'll tell you what, though, you had to be a good piano player to be able to play like Les Dawson, did you? Would you agree with that?
Well, people say that. I mean, I think he was a very good piano player, but I go wrong all the time, and I'm not trying to do it. It's very easy to go wrong. So I think the key is it's very difficult to make people know what you're trying to play and go wrong.
Did you go wrong more when you were drinking a little bit more?
Not that I remember.
No,
but
that's the problem, isn't it?
I remember someone saying to me, "I'd never heard a piano slur before." A good mate of mine who ran a pub in Weymouth, yeah.
Well, a lot of you were all over the South at one point, weren't you? I mean, you still are. You're still all over the place right now.
Yeah.
And it's still an event when Matt Black is playing somewhere. Even though you haven't quite got that whole national status thing, I'd say you've locked in the South Coast.
I'm sort of I've tried to resist it. I try not to do that overexposure thing, but there's not many people who do what I do.
No, you're an original. There is only you.
You've got Marky Dawson. He's brilliant. He's a guy that he covers London as well. He lives in Poole and London, and he's an absolutely brilliant singer. He's got a great sense of humour, brilliant piano player. He's better in every single way. I've been around a bit longer than him, so I feel sorry.
Does he tell jokes?
He does, but yeah. I think he's more. He's got he's got a quicker wit. You know, that's the way he is. But he does tell jokes as well. We've done a couple of duo gigs together as well. It's fantastic. But yeah, there's him. There you've got Steve Christie in Southampton. He's an amazing pianist, and he's got a very dry sense of humour. But everyone's different. But there's not many people who actually are stupid enough to have picked a piano to take round with them and then tell jokes with it. But that's what I do. So I sort of hog the limelight a little bit, and I try not to. I try not to do too many gigs at the same place, but people, because they see you once and then 6 months later they see you again, they think twice a year is too much. And to be honest with you, it probably is.
It really isn't, though. It really isn't. For me, it's an absolute pleasure to watch you. I really do. I'm genuinely in awe when I watch you and the way you tell a joke. And to know a joke is one thing, but do you ever get it that people come up to you in a bar after you've done a gig and try to give you a joke to tell?
All the time, great, yeah.
And they go, yeah, you can have this one.
Oh, yeah.
And you go, wow, thanks, I heard that 35 years ago.
Yeah, but it does remind you can't always remember all the jokes. I don't have like a list of jokes in front of me that I pick from.
Oh, do you not? So it's almost like remembering a song, really?
Yeah, and you've got to use a thread. You thread from one to the other. Like there's an element of what you just told. It actually helps it along as well because other people are going there in their mind as well. And that's the key to telling a joke is to get them to see in their mind what you're seeing. You're describing something, and then you twist it at the end, and the shock is what makes people laugh. That's exactly actually how it works. So now I've told you that, it's ruined it for you.
It hasn't really. You've just made it extra confusing, and we still can't do what you can do, and that's what's really good. I mean, I really did. My grandmother used to say in Germany, if you can play piano, you'll never go hungry. And
that's true.
That was her view throughout the war and everything. They said that if there was anybody that could just play clavier, as it's called in Germany, and it was like there was just so much. She would have absolutely loved you. She would absolutely have loved you.
Well, let's say I never went thirsty.
Well, that can be similar with the DJ, to be honest with you. Here's a question. Did you ever really not want to do the jokey bit, and were you ever just focused on the music first? Because I did a podcast earlier and people were saying, oh, have you always been this wacky and this sense? And I'm like thinking, actually, before I was 20, I was trying to be a serious, it's hard to believe, and you've heard some of the records I did. I was trying to be a serious rapper and middle-class rapper, excellent from Bournemouth. Yeah. But it was...
though. I've seen your stuff on that. It's good stuff.
Well, it's all right, but I suppose I felt like there's that thing when people say, oh, I'm doing a really cheesy record, I feel like I'm selling out. I lived in Los Angeles and I was with this very, very urban R&B group, and I remember thinking, I'm selling out by trying to be too much in that area, and I felt that I needed to be more... I felt more at home with the calamity or with the novelty and that stuff.
I mean, that's a whole genre. The thing is, you're not selling out, it's what you do.
Yeah, I think it's being true to what you are. Selling out is when you are going against your authenticity.
I think so, yeah.
To do something that you really just don't want to do to get to another level.
And I think with comedy, it's a trap, really. I've always had a bit of a sense of humour. My dad was a policeman, and they have a massive sense of humour. Those guys, they need one. It's a horrible job.
Yeah.
But I've grown up.
Sorry, I thought there was a joke coming there. I never know with you.
That's the hard part. No, he was German. He didn't know a sense of humour. And
yeah, my mum's listening.
What's hello in German for your mum?
Hello. It's not that hard to learn.
Coca-Cola, that's in the language, isn't it?
Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Bratwurst, Berlin. My dad's great sense of humour, and I always had one. And when I was playing the piano, it started off in hotels, just playing in the background, and then people would come and listen to what I was doing and chat, and then I'd chat to them in the middle whenever sat sort of within earshot. And then if I'd heard a joke, I'd tell them, and then they'd laugh, sort of thing.
Right.
But then I got known for it. And then when you're actually labelled a comedian, and then you have to be one, that's sort of like, oh, God, I've got to be one now. Yeah, it's almost like, you get...
So it wasn't... So the first love was the piano?
I think I'm best at that, anyway. I think that's the thing that I can sort of just do. I don't have to think about. Comedy, you have to think a lot about. There's a lot of
I think you're fantastic at delivering a joke, actually. I think... I would argue with that. I think you're brilliant on the piano, but to actually deliver a joke... Well, I mean, does it help playing with having the keys in front of you with the rhythm?
That's the psychology. If you're a stand-up comedian, then everyone's sat in front of you and they're going, okay, make me laugh.
Yeah.
Okay. If you've got a musical instrument like Jasper Garrett with a guitar, or people like that, Richard Digance with a guitar, and if you're telling a joke while you're strumming a guitar, then you're not forcing them to have to laugh. You've diverted it a little bit so people feel easier in themselves, and if they find it funny, they'll laugh. But then you can go on and play another tune. If they don't laugh, you can pretend they didn't want them to in the first place. But that's what it is.
It's almost like you hammer in a chord just quickly before.
But if I start off, I'm not going to do the whole joke. But if I said, for example, and let's say an English language,
we're going to plug you in a second. Actually, let's see if we can plug you in.
Okay, but
this is very, very unprofessional that we're doing this while we're live. But there you go.
You didn't need to tell everybody. How long is that lead?
I think Oh, hang on. Suddenly, the listener's just going to hear me. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to go to a song. We are live from Hope FM, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Allan Turner-Ward. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for listening. And we are syndicated to numerous other stations. Now, 90.1 Hope FM is one of the top gospel Christian radio stations in the UK, and it's an absolute pleasure that I'm here. Although my show is predominantly mainstream, I like to do one gospel song per show, and this gospel number is by Ingrid Dumosh. You ready for this, Matt?
I'm not doing anything.
He's literally under the piano. He's turning red. His ponytail's in front of him. It's okay. We're going to get serious now. Okay, this is Ingrid Dumosh, Ever Faithful God.
The King of Ages, all glory to the King of Kings. His name is love, His name is Jesus, enthroned above in majesty. Into this world you came to save us. You bore the cross, you took my sin, you shone your light into my darkness, veiled the truth, this mystery. You are my God, you are my Savior, you are the rock on which I stand.
nice, wasn't it? Did you enjoy that, Matt? Did you?
I did. I love that. I'm not a religious person, but
You're not?
I'm not against it. I just haven't seen it. You know, I haven't been caught by it. I haven't seen the faith. But I love some of their music, and I don't like it when it's too preachy. But that was just like a celebration, wasn't it?
Well, no, there's an amazing gospel. I said to you earlier about whether you like Elvis, and you actually mentioned your favourite Elvis stuff was his gospel stuff.
Yeah, that period, because it meant a lot to him, and he sang it so well.
Definitely. Well, yeah, I think there was a point where he was considering giving up, but he had the Elvis Mafia around him. If he'd actually had people around him that had been good and guided him just slightly into the right direction, gone through rehab and all that stuff, he might have come back as a whole different artist. I think.
Who's to know? Who's to know?
Yeah, it's a bizarre one, isn't it? Do you ever think about things like? Because I sometimes think like Buddy Holly. Yeah. If Buddy Holly had lived on, I think he would have gone on to become a great mentor for like Mick Jagger and John Lennon.
But you mentioned John Lennon. I mean, his obviously very famously expired quite early. Okay, but he said something. I think a few years before then, not long before then. I think David Frost was interviewing him.
Right,
and it was when he was doing his bed piece thing. You know, he's in bed, and Yoko's next.
That would have been in New York. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that's right. Probably where he was. But David Frost. He says that he asked him what would have happened. He was talking about peace and all the rest of it, and he said what would have happened to Poland if the Polish people had said, coming into the joke, we love you, we love you, love you, would Poland still exist? And he came back with what would have happened to Hitler had he been told, we love you since the day he was born. And it was a magnificent answer to a brilliant question. And that means it does change the world. Everything that happens to people is because of what's happening to them and how they process that stress.
Yeah, that's a very deep one. Yeah, that's a very deep one. Ricky Gervais carries I don't know whether you know that, he's got a screensaver on his phone of a baby, just born baby. And people say, oh, that's really cute. Is that one of your nieces or nephews? He goes, no, it's baby Hitler. And he says, people that say, if I could do anything, if I could go back in time, the one thing I would have done, I would have killed Hitler when he was baby. Yeah. No, you wouldn't have done.
No.
That's a beautiful little baby.
Yeah, who's to know? All I do know, or I believe, I don't know, but in my head I know, but I don't know if I'm right, it doesn't matter if I am. But there's a reason for everything. Everything that happens is a reason. If it's bad, it's teaching you something that's coming up that you need that strength for.
I agree with that. Yeah. Learning, lots of learning.
Yeah.
And pay attention, I suppose. And we keep getting taught the same lesson sometimes until...
if you look at the history of the human species, we're really good at not listening, aren't we?
Yeah, if you look at now, and then I was watching Forrest Gump at Christmas, and I remember just thinking, Vietnam War.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
It just looked like now. It was just like...
Well, we've let it get out. I'm not a fan of politicians. And
So you're quite pleased that I didn't do that thing? We're not going to go there now.
No.
I do remember you warning me not to.
Local politics is fine, but I just think what does power corrupts people. They go into it with the best of intentions, as you do. I've known you very well, and you wouldn't have never. You've been there to help. That's the reason you were there, not for any personal gain. But I think power then corrupts people into making different decisions that they would have done if they didn't have those strings to be able to pull. And I think it is almost impossible to resist that. You've got to check yourself every day. I think there are people out there that can. I don't know if I'm one of those people, but I just think it's fraught with danger. I don't think the system works. There's not a political system in the world I think works. It hasn't been proved to. There's a lot of theoretical ones that they were talking about, and then some of those really work. But I think we just keep on looking at it. The other thing is, we're being lied to all the time. It's almost like it's a joke, but not a joke that a politician lies. If these people are running the country, why do we let them get away with that? They should be fired. If they can't do a proper job, what are they doing running the country? It's
funny, Mungo Jerry, who's a good friend of ours, and he's been on the show lots of times, but he was on GB News not long ago, and someone said to him, in talking, the journalist said, well, I'm pretty much truthful. He said, well, if you're pretty much truthful, you're not truthful.
That's right.
That means you're lying.
Yeah. I mean, we all have lied, and I don't think anybody in the world hasn't, and we've all done it for different reasons or whatever it is, but being honest is difficult. But once you get the hang of it, it's true. But, people would prefer to know. But the thing is, it's been proven that if you have more information than any other people, then you're in more power. And then all they seem to be doing is to worry about who's in power next.
This is suddenly becoming a conspiracist show. This was not my intention.
But just from the outside, keeping it
Matt
light.
Black, piano man, funny man, is getting deep.
Vote me. But if you look at they don't deal with the thing. They're just worried about who's going to be voted in next, and then that doesn't matter because the people in the offices are still the same people. All that changes is just the heads of departments, and so nothing really changes. We just
I mean, I could really get on a tangent, but this is a feel-good show, Matt.
Yeah.
I have to. Let's.
And that's
can
why
you
I'm
tell
a
me?
musician.
Listen, could you just tell me about that? I know you. You like to buy your presents sometimes a year early, don't you, and put them in the loft or whatever. Did you have a good Christmas?
I did, and it was a wonderful Christmas, and it was a horrible moment. And
suddenly it's all getting happy again. Good, we've reined it in.
But I was up in the loft. You're right, and I found a present I was going to give the kids last year that I forgot completely about. It's a massive shame because they'd have loved a puppy.
Yay! I've been waiting for you to tell that joke for ages. I thought it was so funny. I told it. I even told it to everyone on Christmas Day. So there was a whole bunch of us. Matt, do you want to sing one of your own songs?
I don't write. I mean, I've got a couple of songs I've written, and more music, they're more instrumentals, if I like. But I'm not really. I haven't written a song I like to sing back on the piano yet.
Okay. Who is your favorite? Because I'm making a presumption. I mean, that guy you just played. Really liked him, but I would make a presumption that your favourite artist is either Billy Joel, not Billy Idol, Billy Joel, or Elton.
Elton's probably the person I'm more influenced by.
Right.
Well, my favourite musician is Rick Wakeman.
Rick Wakeman.
Yeah.
So when you were younger, were you dreaming about being like Elton?
No.
Shut up.
I'm trying not to answer that. It's everyone to their own. I think he's a fantastic musician, and he speaks to me. I mean, there's a particular song is my favourite song in the world ever I've ever heard.
And what's that?
It's "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me." It means a lot to me because of the journey I did going through recovery from being an alcoholic.
Yeah,
and it seems to me that then all the words in that were written for different stages in my life and people around me as well. It just fits.
Do you want to sing it?
I would love to sing that one.
Oh, go on. That'll be lovely.
Okay. Right.
Live here in the studio.
Live with
Matt Black.
Reverb. Right.
And live on the piano, first time ever.
Shall I do a wrong note?
Just to prove it.
I can't lie. No more of your darkness. All my pictures seem to fade to black or white. I'm growing tired, and time stands still before me. Frozen here on the ladder of my life. It's much too late to save myself from falling. I took a chance and changed my way of life. You misread my meaning when I met you. Closed the door and left me blinded by the light. Don't let the sun go down. I search myself, it's always someone else I see. I just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. the bit by Elton John when it comes on?
Go on, I'll try. I mean, really? Is that a good idea?
I can't write. Go.
It's too late.
What about that is I can't write. All the most romantic signs.
Good point.
You see me once. Go for it.
All right. See me once.
That's it. See the way I feel?
And see the way I feel.
That's good.
Trying to do my Chris Payne bit there. Ow! That's Michael.
Don't discard me just because you think I'm in your heart.
Just because you think I'm in your heart. You're welcome.
But these cards I have, they need love to make them heal. Don't let the sun go down on me.
Don't let the sun.
Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. Just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Cause losing everything is like the sun going down on me.
Matt Black, live on the piano, live on the vocals, with some guest vocals from ATW. You are welcome. Oh, God. Let's play a bit of this.
That was
fun. We'll do it more from us soon. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We've got another half an hour left. Great.
fantastic.
Funny how it seems, always in time, but never in line for dreams. Head over heels, went toe to toe. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I wanna take it to the world, but now I've come back again. The next line. Oh, I want the truth to be said. back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said. I know this much is true. I know this much is true. This much is true. This much is true. This much is true.
Spandau Ballet, True, great song. Do you like any of that?
Yeah, I love that. I'm an 80s person. I was born in '67, so that's an era when I was sort of discovering music a bit.
67, and your birthday is in
November. I'm 56 now.
so you're 9 years older than me.
It's a long time.
Oh, hello. So we got a caller on the line.
Hello.
I forgot about Roy there. That's really good, isn't it? Hello, Roy. How are you? How could we possibly forget about you?
Hi, Alan. Yeah, how dare you forget about me, you should say.
Yeah. Anyway, so Roy's live from Liverpool. How are you, Roy?
Not from Liverpool. I'm down in Bournemouth now. Erstwhile from Liverpool, my friend.
Okay.
As you know.
What are you doing tonight, Roy?
I'm down in the Weatherspoons, Moon and the Square tonight, enjoying myself.
You're in the
Well, trying
Weatherspoon.
to, anyway. I am. And I love the
Matt's just
establishment
put
too.
his head in his hand. He goes, "This is going to be a bad this is going to be a bad call." He's in the Weatherspoons.
As if Matt Black has never been in there. I've seen him in there many times.
Not
Many
recently,
times.
you haven't.
Yeah,
no.
no, I used to have breakfast in there. Yeah.
Oh, you do you?
Yeah, I like breakfast. I'm a food person.
Exactly. That's what it's
Did food replace alcohol to a certain degree?
Yeah, if you see the size of me, yes. Absolutely it did.
Well, I suppose, and you can't deny the Weatherspoons food is great, isn't it?
It's great. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's great. It's good. Yeah, and it's it's open at 7 or something as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so Roy, you've got a couple of questions. Have you seen Matt Black play a couple of times?
Yes, I have very many times. But the best time I remember, he, Jordan, and Chris Payne appeared at the Bell in Potsdam one time.
I've heard about
I think
that.
it was a Sunday afternoon. It was a tremendous
Fun.
achievement. I really enjoyed it.
Do you enjoy
They
that?
don't appear that much.
Oh,
Very much
absolutely
so.
love it. Yeah.
I was one of the questions is why they don't appear all three of them all together more often.
It's because we have our own careers. Jordan's a fantastic guitarist, as you know, and singer, and Chris has got his own thing going on as well. And so we're often booked out before anyone asks us to do it 3 times. So it would mean us cancelling a gig, and that's something you shouldn't do. So when we are free and it's booked ahead enough, we'll be there. In fact, actually, there's one coming up. I think it's the 26th of January. We're at the Bell in Folkestone together.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've played there a few times.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. What day is that?
I can't remember, but it's the 20th. Hang on, it'll be on my calendar. It'll be on my calendar. Let me
Work it out.
Hang on.
Well, that's too much. House too much. What time?
From
don't.
memory, it's the 26th. It's a Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'll be. Hence why I won't be on that stage because I'll be booked somewhere. So, but that's annoying. That's the only thing that's weird with us because it is about 6 months that I don't see you for.
Yeah.
And we always go, we've got to meet up soon. We've got to meet up, but our schedules aren't always like that. So,
Yeah, that's the reason why, though, Roy.
yeah. Have you got another question?
Okay. Yeah, I'll accept that. Okay, it's a reasonable answer. The other question I've got is reasonable.
Roy, are we doing the quiz for Weatherspoons? Is he just throwing up the
I
answers?
should have said. I should have said the correct answer. Sorry, I do apologise. Okay. The other question I've got is Matt Black, Chris Payne, Jordan Watts. What's that all about?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
that is a good question.
Sorry, it's always befuddled me. I just want to get. I'm sorry for asking it.
We're all dyslexic.
Sorry.
We're all dyslexic.
That might be it. Maybe you can't spell.
I'll tell you the reason what it is. My real name is Payne with an E, Payne, and I started using Matt Black about 30 years ago when I was painting. There's a whole island B&Q named after me now. And but then when Chris became a musician, he didn't take on Black, which I think is a great idea, very adult of him. He took the E off. He's Chris Payne, and Jordan Watts is my actual stepson. His dad's called Watts, and he's christened Jordan Watts, and he's kept his name. So, I mean, none of them, they've seen the ruin my career's in, and they don't want to be named the same thing. But I think they've got their own strengths, and it's sort of, I think that's the way it works.
I always thought that Payne's, it's not bad. I should have known that. I thought that Chris Payne, that was his mum's name. I presumed that was from his mum's side.
Armstrong would have been, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been Chris Armstrong.
Yeah.
Good.
Wow.
Not bad either. Not bad either. All three would have been good. Chris Black, Chris Payne, Chris Armstrong. All good. All good. Any more questions, Roy? I mean, what else is on your list?
An interesting thing I'd like to pick up on what Matt said is that, as he said, they've all got their own strengths. Obviously, Matt's on the piano, end of.
Yeah,
correct.
Jordan has got an incredible voice.
Yeah.
Beyond a lot of what I've heard locally. And Chris, obviously, amazing on the guitar. Are they the strengths? Are they what Matt is talking about?
Yes, I think what Chris has got, like, he can do anything, and also to a large extent Jordan can. But Jordan's, I think, the thing that people remember Jordan for is his range. He can do female voices right to baritone.
See, not me. I remember Jordan for being immensely funny, and I feel my view on Jordan. We've had this conversation. I actually see Jordan. I don't think he's even scraped the surface of where he could be, if that makes sense. With Chris, he's ready to go, bang, go.
Yeah, with Jordan's an incredible wit. He is incredible
wit, and I'd love to see that brought into his stage performance more.
But I think, they've all got their own thing, and that's the key. You didn't want like a carbon copy of someone doing the same thing. There's no point in doing that.
No.
But they just followed their own strengths and what they like to do, and they've carved out a little hole for themselves. And it does work as well on stage, which is why when we get together, I don't think we would have got together if we were all doing the same thing. I recently,
Roy, you weren't there, were you, at the Blue Boar pub at Christmas? In Poole?
Sadly, I wasn't this year. I was last year, but not this year. So.
You were, so Cy Gennaro got on there with you as well, and I couldn't figure out, Cy Gennaro said, he said you were his showbiz dad.
Yeah, that's right.
And Chris was his showbiz brother, and I'm like, but you're my showbiz brother, but Cy Gennaro is older than me.
That's what, that means he's your showbiz father once removed.
Oh, is it? That what it is? I'm glad it all works out so well. We are in Dorset, I suppose, aren't we? So.
Give me 6.
Amazing. Hey, so Roy, are you there for the evening? How long have you been in the Wetherspoons pub?
Well, as long as they'll let me be allowed in here. I love Give Me 6. I love Give Me 6. I love that one. Yeah. I'd just like to say how much I enjoy seeing Matt, Chris and Jordan individually or together. It's tremendous. All of them are great.
All of them are great, yeah.
Thank you very much, Roy. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks. He's off. He's off.
Good night.
Cheers.
We did that.
All right, thanks.
Oh, can I have a what's the name? A request?
What's
a request?
What's the name?
After all that.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'd love to hear Green Man Alicia by Fleetwood Mac. But
can you play it?
Play Albatross then. I can play it.
No, I was asking Matt. I wasn't asking you, Roy.
I think he actually wants you to play it on your Spotify thing over there.
My Spotify thing over there. My big iPad. It's with Tidal and SoundCloud and so forth on. Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to make it sound intelligent. I tell you what. First off, I would like Matt to sing another song, and yes, of course, I'll play that straight after Matt's song.
Thank you.
Next thing.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roy.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Is he going to now get Witherspoons to put the radio on?
No, he's playing it on his phone loudly in the Wetherspoons pub.
Fantastic.
That's the first, isn't it? That's quite cool.
It feels like we're like international.
Yeah, because we're live from the moon in the square. Yeah, anyway. You're right in the heart of Bournemouth. Matt, we talked about Elvis earlier. I know that you've got a kind of sort of rendition about with the...
Yeah, well, my mum loves Elvis Presley.
Does she?
Yeah.
So I'm obsessed with Elvis.
Yeah, I grew up, my first sort of inkling of things on records was Elvis Presley records. And my favourite one of his is In the Ghetto.
Yeah.
But I don't consider myself to be a strong singer, and he sings amazingly, doesn't he? But it's a very emotional song. It got to me. But I found someone asked me to do it once, and I found myself live in a pub, not right, trying to play it. Realised I didn't know the words because I listened to the music first. I didn't really learn the words, so I can hear it in my head, but I can't hear what the words are. It's weird, and so I started to sing odd words to it. So I do that with quite a lot of tunes now, and I've changed the words to this one. So it's the tune of In the Ghetto, right?
Okay, here we go. And there's no swearing, is there?
No,
okay.
I don't think.
Please don't.
No,
I got in trouble for that the other week. So.
Well, I could have cried.
No, that's Elvis. That's good.
After the meal at the end of the night, but I fell asleep when my face fell right in the ghetto. Well, I could have cried. There were people all around while I was sound, and nobody helped as I slept with my face in the ghetto. It was embarrassing and very sticky, and everybody laughed as my street cred flew away. I was the butt of the jokes. They all took the mickey, and they left me there with cake in my hair and the candles burning bright as I slept in the ghetto. But the thing is, doesn't that remind you of those cakes, those candles you put on birthday cakes you can't blow out? I think they're called magic, right? There must be a factory that makes them somewhere, right? What would that factory do if it had a fire? This is proper G-Red, don't they? Okay, this is one more verse of this. It was just like a frog, but it wasn't a frog. It was thinner than a frog. It was stuck to the wall. It was a gecko. Oh, poor old Elvis.
Well, I tell you what. So that makes me go on to that other one. This is totally spontaneous, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, you were working as a waitress. I mean, would you mind? I love that song so much, and you did it at the Sun Pub in Poole Quay, and I think I literally laughed about it. 24 hours later, it came in my head again, and I was still laughing. It was.
You do need a backing track for this.
Have you got one?
It's too difficult to do.
I mean, listen, this is live. I mean, this is serious.
You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
Do you know the words?
A cocktail bar? No. You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. Come to think of it, working in a cocktail bar. You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. A cocktail bar. You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. Working in a cocktail bar. Were you were working. You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. You were working. You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. Working in a bar. You were working in a bar. I want everyone at home to sing along. Working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. Working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
What the next verse like?
It's very similar.
Have you got a second verse?
The second verse is almost exactly the same as the first.
Oh, okay. Come on. Oh, come on.
No, I don't think. I think everybody now is trying. It's got that horrible OCD thing where you want to get to the end of the song, and now they're prevented from doing it by our shenanigans.
I think they probably want us to get to the end of the show. Actually,
well, I mean, where'd you be without humour?
Yeah, you are brilliant. I'm really, really enjoying this. Listen, I'm going to play a track, and then we better play Roy's song. You know?
Oh yeah, we've got to do that.
Okay, here we go.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that'll bring the trauma. Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave leave space to discriminate. And to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Yeah, madness is what you demonstrate. And that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight. Take control of your mind and meditate. Let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. When you practice what you preach and what you turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
It just ain't the same, always new change. New days are strange, is the world insane? If love and peace is so strong, why are the pieces of love that don't belong? Nations dropping bombs, chemical gases filling lungs of little ones with ongoing suffering as the youth are young. So ask yourself, is the loving really gone? So I could ask myself, really what is going wrong in this world that we living in? People keep on giving in, making wrong decisions, only visions of them dividends. Not respecting each other, denying thy brother. A war's going on, but the reason's undercover. The truth is kept secret, it's swept under the rug. If you never know truth, then you never know love. What's the love, y'all? Come on, I don't know. What's the truth, y'all? Come on, I don't know. What's the love, y'all?
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. When you practice what you preach and what you turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
I feel the weight of the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, your people get colder. Most of us only care about money making. Selfishness got us following the wrong direction. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria. Infecting the young minds faster than bacteria. Kids wanna act like what they see in the cinema. Whatever happened to the values of humanity? Whatever happened to the fairness and equality? Instead of spreading love, we're spreading animosity. Lack of understanding leading us away from unity. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling under. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling down. It's no wonder why sometimes I'm feeling under. Gotta keep my faith alive till love is found.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. When you practice what you preach and what you turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
So I know Roy's listening. So me and Matt have just figured out that Roy's listening from the Moon in the Square pub, but he's blasting it from his phone. But I don't know.
And you said that he was going to play with Fleetwood Mac, and then that was the Black Eyed Peas.
Well, I'm still going to play Fleetwood Mac. So, Roy, I know you're listening there, but Roy was getting a drink then anyway. Could you tell at the end of the conversation it was very much...
His pint had gone out.
His pint's gone out. All right, thanks for this time. It's like, whoa, usually it's the radio DJ that cuts you off. Not usually, but he's like, okay, yeah. I've finished. Anyway, that's enough now. Yeah, I'm done. I'll see you next gig. Nice one. Matt, what can we look forward to seeing you? Where can we... What can we...
To be honest with you, I don't commit them to memory because it's always a bad idea. But if you search for Matt Black Piano Man on Google, yeah, my website's got a calendar which is linked to my phone diary, so it's always correct. And in there are all my gigs.
Right. Okay.
Even the ones I'm working with other people, so it'll tell you that I'm working with Chris.
How many gigs do you do a week usually?
I try not to do more than 2.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do 4 if they come in. I've also got a recording studio as well, so I work during the day there.
No, I know you do. I mean, you got to realise, although this is the first time you've been on the show, in a weird way, you've been on the show.
Yeah.
A lot in the last 3 years while I've been here, because so many of your artists are here promoting their record.
Yeah.
And Jason Lloyd Bevis was on last week.
Last week. I listened to that. I love that. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to work with these guys. It's fantastic music business.
Well, no,
of course, we've got the OMAs on Friday as well.
Tell us about that. What's that?
The Original Music Awards. It's at the Lighthouse in the main. Last day to get tickets is tomorrow.
Okay,
we've almost sold out.
That's Friday night.
It's Wednesday tomorrow, but it's Friday is the gig, and But it's all about the people who are making original music in Dorset, and it's the second year we've done it. First year we did it at the Allendale Centre, a great little theatre there.
Yeah.
This year,
and that's where your studio is, isn't it?
That's right, just next to that. That's right. And and then this year we decided, well, it got so much good press and people were really behind it. All the musicians really liked it. We decided to push the boat out, and we spent thousands on the one coming up on Friday, which is in the big concert hall.
Do you know, that is massive. You've got that at the Lighthouse this Friday.
Yeah.
And we've basically just fitted that into the last minute of the show.
It's about original music. I mean, we've been publicising it a lot. It's been on the television and lots of other radio stations.
Did you have the idea for that?
I did, actually, yes. October 2 years ago.
October 2 years ago, and it already manifested. That's good.
It's incredible how things work out when you really put your mind to it.
Are Absolute Music involved in that?
They are. They're sponsoring one of the major awards.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been very supportive. They were main sponsors last year.
How do people get nominated?
It's all to do with the public votes. We get a big list from the public. We've got a web page, a Facebook page where people nominate people on there, and also they tag the OMAs, the Original Music Awards. So if you are an original music maker, you're doing a gig and singing your songs, then tag that gig on Original Music Awards or OMAs. Look for the Facebook page, and then we see that throughout the year. And the panel, which isn't me or Mel from Hangover Hill, it's a panel's a separate entity. They're their own people.
Oh, you're nothing to do with the panel?
No.
Are you hosting it?
Yes, hosting it with David Chinnery.
David Chinnery. I was just about to offer my services, but no, don't worry.
Yeah, no, you should come along though. You should absolutely come to the gig. If you're not doing it, it's Friday again though. But
I'm not actually booked this Friday.
Okay, well, if you're not doing anything, just get. I'll talk to you after that. But it's look from the Original Music Awards, and it's fantastic. The actual talent that we've got here, people writing songs, as you know, when they come up with these songs, they're incredible. It's better than anything out there on Radio 2 or Radio 1. I think underground music is so good, and in Dorset, I think this is one of the strongest in the world.
Very, very authentic indeed. Matt Black, thank you so much for coming on the show. I've had such a laugh.
Absolute pleasure.
I'm really proud of this show. So God bless, and my love to your family. When are you getting married?
As soon as we can.
Really?
Yeah, it's been 5-6 years now since I'm trying to think of another lockdown, so we don't.
Matt, I'm really good at weddings.
I know. Yeah, you're the first choice. I'll let you know, as long as it's not Friday.
I mean, you might be able to get Chris to do something as well, and Jordan, but yeah. Right, so we'd better play this for Roy.
I'll get them to be bridesmaids.
That would be brilliant. That would be absolutely brilliant. Right, God bless. Thank you for letting us do what we love to do, especially for you. My name's Allan Turner-Ward. This is Matt Black, and it's been a pleasure. And Roy, this is for you. We haven't forgotten. See you next week. Thank you. God bless.